Hi, and we're back. Thank you for showing up. Welcome back. It is a rainy Wednesday morning, and let's jump into the most recent episode of The Curse of Oak Island, Season 13, Episode 11, A Knight's Journey. Now, where does the title come from? Well, probably because Isaac de Razilly is mentioned in this episode and his potential attachment to the Knights of Malta. A Knight's Journey! Wow! Wow, that's kind of lame, isn't it? That's very lame. So let's jump into this. So let's go ahead and start with the swamp, because that was pretty lame this episode. So Tom and Craig are over in the swamp digging around with their shovel. And you know what they found? Wood. Another fence post. And they said, let's bring Dr. Spooner over here because we found some rocks. And we have a question. Why are rocks on top of the swampy material? And Dr. Spooner came over and went, that's curious. That's road. That's why you would put rocks on top of a swamp, so that you could, use it to get across the swamp. Let's move on. Money Pit. 2 weeks ago, the Lagina team found what they said and wanted us to believe was a chamber created by man underground above the solution channel. 2 weeks ago. Last week, missed it. This week, missed it. Move 3 feet this way, miss it. Move 3 feet this way, miss it. Move 5 feet this way, miss it. How do they keep missing this supposed chamber that they wanted us to believe that they found, that they put the sonar down in there and said it looks man-made, there looks like there's a tunnel going that way? How do they miss it? Because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And then, on top of that, you know what else they missed? The solution channel. Now, they have us convinced that underneath the Peacock is the solution channel. And so far in the last 2 weeks, they've missed this supposed chamber, and they've missed the solution channel. Did it just poof, gone, with the wind? Where did it go? It's out of here. Let's move on. Let's talk about the boulder on Lot 8, the mysterious boulder that Laird found 1 week ago. Laird found the boulder, a gigantic, massive, immensely huge boulder on Lot 8 1 week ago. Now, throughout the episode, Gary talked about metal detecting around the boulder in 2021, and Rick talked about walking past the boulder 20-some times over the years. But Laird found it last week, and now it's important for God knows what reason, because they need something to look at, because Lot 5 has not turned anything up. So the mysterious boulder on Lot 8 that just turned up out of nowhere and looks like it was man-made. And they're all standing around the boulder going, it looks man-made. What are we going to do? And Rick goes, Peter's got a camera. It's like the Avengers when they're like, we have a Hulk. We have a Peter with a camera. Peter, bring that camera over here. So Peter's got this really nice Milwaukee snake camera. It looks like it's the 9-foot version. And Peter's like, how do I get down to the boulder? Peter's right there. Just walk down to the boulder. So they have to show Peter where to stick the camera in under the boulder because it's not that obvious. Right. So Peter goes on down there and he jams his camera down in there. And he gets it about 4 foot, according to him, underneath of the boulder and says, I found solid ground. Now, here's the thing with snake cameras, and I'm pretty well versed in these because I used to work at Home Depot. I was there for quite a while, and I'm very familiar with these cameras. They're snake cameras. They're flexible. The boulder's gigantic, so as the camera's going down, you can see the boulder, and it's just navigating around the boulder. So 4 foot, he went down in there. Now, they want us to believe that he went 4 feet down, but as he's jamming the camera there and is following the boulder, from where he is to 4 foot of the boulder is basically the center of the bottom of the boulder. So there's nothing under it. There's nothing there. It's misdirection. It's complete misdirection. At one point, Scott and Gary are metal detecting again on Lot 8 near the boulder. Now, again, Gary says that he's metal detected in this area in 2021. And if he's as good as they say he is, why wasn't this stuff found in 2021? That's a good question. It's a great question. Anyhow, Scott and Gary are metal detecting again in this area. And here's the thing. It's like a magician. It's like a magic trick. Gary likes the smoke and mirrors, and they want us to believe that the metal detecting, as it's occurring, they're finding this stuff. So the first thing they dig up, he's like, shotgun shell. Wow. You got to dig through the trash to find. This is the misdirection. This is where you have to be aware, because as soon as they introduce the shotgun shell, the modern shotgun shell, it really creates a lot of questions and concerns about all the other artifacts in that area, because now we've introduced modern individuals into the area, actively in the area. So basically anything else found in that area can be attached to that modern individual. They found some lead shrapnel, couldn't really say what that was. And then they found a gigantic chain. And the gigantic chain, when they dated it, they're like, it dates back to the 1600s. Wow. and you just found a shotgun shell a couple feet away, and chains were reused throughout history. That's no secret. So regardless of how they dated the chain back to the 1600s, and even at that mid 1600s, 1653-ish, in that area, we know there was activity on the island. Blah, 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 Samuel Ball property. Meh. You see where I'm going with this? So just kind of write the chain off, because Gary doesn't realizing it, but by trying to be sneaky with the shotgun shell, he discredited all of his other artifact finds in that area of Lot 8, because now modern man actively utilized that area for other reasons. See where I'm going with this? All right, let's move on. And last thing we're going to talk about is Emilio is back. Our researcher, Emilio. And Emilio has spent the last 1 year doing research on Isaac de Razilly. And Isaac de Razilly and his connection with the Knights of Malta and the Templars before him, and how that Isaac de Razilly came over in 1632 and founded Arcadia, which became Nova Scotia. And then after Isaac de Razilly passed away, they did an inventory of his belongings in Arcadia and sent it to France. And a year later, when his family got the belongings, they did another inventory and items were missing. And he wants us to believe that this is factual. And there is a lot of embellishment going on here. Now, here's the thing. Now, Emilio wants us to believe that he did research in Rome and Canada. Now, I did a lot of research as well, and I can tell you for a fact that inventories of personal belongings to such that he wants us to believe don't exist to the manner that he's trying to tell us. If there was an actual inventory of Isaac de Razilly's belongings in the Canadian archives, it would be historical significance, right? This wouldn't be a, hey, look what I found. This would actually be historical significance, because it would tie a lot of other theories of Arcadia together. Now, Isaac de Razilly, 1632, passed away in 1635. Inventory supposedly done in 1636. Here's the thing. Anything that was sent in 1636 from Arcadia to France, that was a ship's manifest. So on that ship's manifest, you're going to have some of his belongings, as well as company property, things that belong to the military, things that belong to the crown, and such. So when that boat shipped back to France, upon getting to France, and they did the inventory over there, anything that did not belong to de Razilly, such as what they're showing potentially here, which it didn't belong to de Razilly, so it's not going to be on any manifest for his family. At the end of the day, all the research I found, this is all fabricated. There is no actual artifacts. There are no actual records that any of this occurred. So Emilio really took the liberties to create this information for us to be blinded by. Now, one of the other things they talked about in one of the excerpts that came up, Emilio was like, I have proof. I have proof that de Razilly was on Oak Island, because in this excerpt right here, it says that they sailed to the end of the bay and they found an island with large oaks. Now, this clearly says islands with big oaks, which means there are a lot of islands. And when you look out across Oak Island from the overview, there are a lot of islands there. Do they think we're this dumb to be like, hey, yeah, that says islands, and I don't see the S. What S? It's like my kids playing hide and seek. You can't see me. I can't see the S either. So islands with big oaks. They're taking some huge liberties with Emilio's research. None of it is factual. It is all basically fabricated or exaggerated severely. And at the end of one of the clips, it's that time of the year. We're 11 episodes in. We're 2 months in. You know what time it is? It is time for Rick Lagina to tell us it's field trip time. Let's go check out Fort Point. Field trip time. This will set us up for the big field trip later on in the season, where I'm sure they go somewhere foreign. We all know it's going to happen. But anyhow, stay tuned to next week, where Rick and the team goes to Fort Point and they convince some little old lady that Isaac de Razilly could have possibly, potentially, maybe, he could have been on Oak Island. I'm out. See ya.